Garrett, I know you're a young guy. Have you ever heard of a guy named Kevin McHale?
Yeah.
Okay. You remind me of Kevin McHale tonight. That's quite a compliment, actually.
Yeah.
Because it just seemed like you were able to get down low, could torch your body, use every bit of the backboard you could, and had quite the night. Can you just take me through your night tonight?
Yeah, obviously, my first ever double-double, so pretty happy about that. But I wouldn't be able to do it without my teammates, and being able to keep trusting in me, especially, through the start of the season when I kind of struggled offensively. They just keep feeding me the ball, keep trusting in me down low. And, tonight, every time I had a chance, they would give me the ball in the post. And, I feel like I had a mismatch, and they were obviously with shooters around me. They can't really double. And if they do double, I'm going to kick it out for a three. But, I just feel like we were kind of having a get-back game from Tulane. We thought we won, and then a crazy series of events happened to where we ended up losing. And so most teams in that situation kind of lay down and lay on the mat. So, Coach just talked about coming in with energy and just playing hard and, not losing one of those games after a tough one.
Based on his remarks on yesterday, I think that Coach Ritchie has put a premium on defense. Now, tonight, y'all and PC are both very high-scoring teams, but I would think PC had a hard time with the shot clock a number of times tonight, and I would think that says a lot for how defense you are. But either one of y'all are welcome to address that.
Yeah, I think kind of like you said, Coach Ritchie's really been pushing and emphasizing, the importance of, playing with effort on the defensive end. And we've showed spurts this season a lot of times of doing it at a high level. But we've also showed, times where we didn't do it at a high level. So I feel like, coming into the game today, our goal was to say, how can we play a good defensive game for 40 minutes straight? And I think if we focus on that, things like that happen. So I feel like that was just our goal tonight.
Garrett, I think you hit the first three of the night for a team that had hit, I think, 35 in the previous two games. Just talk about, you guys hit, I guess, 5 in the second half. It doesn't seem like you've shot as many threes this year. Is that intentional, or is that just the point of the game where you guys needed or didn't need it?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's intentional. In previous years, I've shot the ball well, and that kind of helped the team by stretching the floor. But this year, I haven't been shooting it great. So, Coach always preaches, getting the best shot on offense. So, as the 5 in this offense, my goal is to just, get guys like JP shots, guys like PJ shots, and Will shots. Those are our best three-point shooters. So, my whole goal, I don't go out there for any point total any night. I just go out there to try and move the offense, keep the offense flowing, and not keep it stagnant. So, when I'm wide open, I'm going to shoot them, but if it's contested, I'm going to move it to their side of the floor and keep the ball moving.
Oh boy.
JP, tonight it struck me also with the amount of defense that you put forth, and also the way they defend full court. Sometimes you have a lot of pressure. You only have 8 turnovers, and I believe he had a couple there late where things were already kind of, and the game was already kind of put to bed. How hard is it to play as hard as you do on defense and protect the ball that well against that kind of pressure on offense?
I think it's definitely hard. Like you said, they were picking up full court, showing different type of presses on the defensive end all game. So I feel like, it's something that we've also been struggling with. But like I said earlier, even with the defense, turnovers has been something that we've been trying to focus on too. So I feel like, when you focus on things that contribute to winning or eliminate losing, then, things like that happen. We were able to take care of the ball better tonight, and we were able to do better on the defensive end. So that's just a credit to our focus.
Garrett, tonight you did everything but get a block. How disappointed are you tonight? That's the only thing you didn't do in this game.
I'm fine with no blocks. We won the game, and this season winning has become hard for us. So every time we win, I'm happy no matter what the stats are.
You guys are the double-figure scoring. It's not been unusual to have 4 or 5, and it's also the same case with PC. Both of y'all play a similar number of people and keep people in and out, but you two, it was almost like you two were playing the Jalen and Mike role, although nothing like exactly looking, but I mean, it was not a balanced story night for y'all. It's just what the thing, and by the way, you don't get 5 assists every night either.
Yeah. I think our offense, obviously we know there's guys who are going to shoot more than others on every given night, but I think coach does a really good job at helping tell us to find the hot man. So, I mean, tonight you can see that early on I was the hot man, so the team was finding me, and then in the second half, JP was hot, so coach is drawing up plays for JP and just drawing up different actions to find the guy who's hot to get their shots.
JP, I thought tonight there was a lot of backdoor stuff that seemed to be working and off the ball. Like there was a recognition a couple times between you and Garrett that I don't know if it hadn't been present or maybe it wasn't there in previous games. Could you just comment on that and why it worked so well?
Yeah, I think, there's the thing that we preach here is, cutting can be sacrificial sometimes because you're not always getting the ball. But, with that, if you just buy into it and, those are one of the things that attribute to winning, you may not always get the ball. But I feel like tonight with their pressure that they were bringing, we were able to get backdoor cuts just simply off the pressure and because we preach so much of make sure we get behind our guy, whether we get the ball or not. And I feel like, with Garrett, how long he's been here playing at the elbows, just seeing the whole floor, I feel like it was pretty easy. And, we've had that type of connection over the past couple of years, and we've been working on that every day. So I feel like, it was shown tonight.
Garrett, lots of times, the way the schedule plays out, you'll play like on a Thursday then a Saturday. You always had a few more days, and y'all have had quite a few gut punches already this season. What was kind of the tone in the aftermath of all that mess on last Thursday? Were you wanting to play this weekend? Was it kind of good you kind of got away from not playing this weekend to work on some stuff? And how did the start tonight were? I know they were pressing a lot, so that probably led to it as well, but did y'all have like a commitment to push it? And I mean, you had 3 layups and 3 assists on the first 3 possessions. Was that kind of a thing you just wanted to come out and say, hey, let's put that behind us and come out here firing?
Yeah, for sure. We definitely talked about putting last game behind us because, like I said earlier, we thought the game was in the bag, so there's a lot of highs and lows in that game. And then actually our first practice we had after that game was not a very good practice. You could tell that we were kind of still mentally thinking about last game and we weren't moving on as fast as we should. So the next day, I mean, we made it a goal to just have more joy. Like you could tell the day after everyone was still down, like still thinking about it, still thinking about the last play. And whenever this team plays with joy, it's hard to stop us. You can tell on the court, the high fives, the smiles, the handshakes, the laughs. Like that's what we need to do every day. And I think the 2 day before practice was one of the best practices we had when it came to that. And so just being able to play with more joy and more connection and, playing for another brother instead of playing for yourself always helps.
JP, this game was dominated late in the first half and early in the second. That was basically the difference in the game. What did y'all do different in those stretches?
I think, honestly, we just emphasized it the last 4 minutes and the first 4 minutes of the second half are, some of the most important stretches because those are where you make that push going into halftime. And, we all know it. When you're going to halftime, either up or down, it's a certain type of mentality that teams are going to have. Teams are going to be upset because they're down, or some teams might even get complacent because they're up. And, those are 2 things where if we're up, we want to come out strong. If we're down, we want to come out strong. So I think, just with us, we emphasized it, it's pretty much the perfect time to go on a run at the end of the first half and beginning of the second half.